After $150 million from the Powerball hit my account, I decided to just coast. My girlfriend, however, was on a mission to turn me into an entrepreneur.
Ethan, seriously, what is the difference between you lying around all day and a total deadbeat?
She'd say,
I don't want my boyfriend to be some loser with no ambition. We could be a power couple, build something together. If you keep this up, we're done.
We've been together for 5 years, and honestly, I was getting tired. I'd been more than generous with Jessica, thinking we could finally settle into a comfortable, stable life. Instead, all I got were endless arguments. A man's patience has its limits. Even the strongest love can be worn down to nothing. Just as I was trying to figure out a civilized way to break up with her, a stream of transparent captions scrolled across my vision.
Helvin Lowell, our girl Jessica is smart. The lottery money is all his, but if they start a company, she can get equity. Wait for the business to take off, then kick the side piece to the curb. Our queen will own it all. This guy is so obsessed with her. All she has to do is play a little hard to get, and he'll hand over every last cent. He is the perfect human ATM.
Wait, what the hell? What kind of unhinged fanfiction plot had I stumbled into? Was I having a stroke? Or had I completely lost my mind? I would never do something that stupid. Hashtag, won my phone buzzed. A glance at the screen confirmed it. Jessica, I hit accept, and her voice, already laced with irritation, crackled through the speaker.
Ethan, what are you doing right now?
I'm at home chilling. That was the spark that lit the fuse. Her voice shot up an octave.
How long are you going to just chill? Can't you have some ambition? Go out, find something to do. Look at what you've become.
I took a look around. I was lounging in my 5,000 square foot mansion, TV on, playing a video game. Maria, my housekeeper, had lunch ready whenever I wanted it. This afternoon, I had a session with my personal trainer. I wasn't exactly ripped, but I was staying in decent shape. Tonight, I was meeting some friends at a bar. My day was pretty full. Actually, what had I become? What was so wrong? But I didn't say any of that. Instead, I just asked, "What do you want me to become?" Her tone was dripping with disappointment.
Other guys are focused on their careers. My friend's boyfriend, after his 9 to 5, runs an Etsy shop. He makes an extra $500 a week, and he is saving up to open a real storefront. See, that is drive. And you just lie around the house all day.
I almost choked on my Coke. I had to stifle a laugh. So let me get this straight. You want me, with my $150 million, to go hustle at some weekend flea market in the dead of winter to make $500? The interest I make from 1/10 of my winnings in one night is more than that. Am I an idiot? I knew her temper, and I wasn't in the mood to argue. I just played along. Fine. I'll sign up for DoorDash right now. I'll go run some deliveries this afternoon. That only made her angrier.
Is that the extent of your ambition? Every time I ask, it is either food delivery or a security guard. You have a degree from Stanford, for God's sake. Is your vision really that narrow?
Well, yeah. People work to make money. I don't need money. So what's the point?
Ethan,
She said, her voice turning ice cold.
I am so disappointed in you. If this is the life you choose, then we're breaking up.
She hung up before I could respond. When I tried to call back, I discovered I'd been blocked. Same old trick. The second things don't go her way, she blocks all my accounts. I stared at my phone for a second, so distracted that my character in the game almost got killed. Then I slapped myself. Idiot. How could I let her get to me while I was gaming? Just then, a text message notification popped up on my screen. It was a credit card alert. Crew. The charge wasn't huge, just under $300. That card was the supplementary one I gave her, with a $50,000 limit. I never cared what she bought with it. So, she breaks up with me, blocks me, and then immediately goes shopping on my dime. Classic. NJ. Crew wasn't even her style. She usually went for much higher-end brands. I glanced at the store location in the text, grabbed my keys, and headed for my car. I had to see what my newly ambitious ex-girlfriend was up to. The moment I stepped into the Grove, the captions started scrolling again.
Here it comes, the reveal scene. The rich simp is about to get jealous. He is just a clueless new money guy who takes the main character for granted. Only when he sees her with someone else does he realize how much he needs her. Then he'll throw all his money at her new company to impress her. And once she is a CEO, she won't give him the time of day. See, the main couple is perfect for each other. He is a hustler, and she is a visionary. This rich dude is just a useless obstacle with a bank account. So Jessica is so smart. The money he spends on her isn't really hers. But once she starts the company, she can bleed him dry dollar by dollar, then kick him to the curb. I can't wait for the scene where he is on his knees, begging her not to leave.
I froze mid-stride. Good God, what kind of trashy romance novel was I living in? According to these comments, I was the designated tool, the supporting character whose only purpose was to fund the main character's rise to CEO and her happily ever after. My role was to act like a complete moron to make the main couple look brilliant. And then, after she made it big, I'd supposedly come crawling back, begging her to marry me, only to be rejected. Finally, heartbroken, I'd wander into traffic and spend the rest of my life as a vegetable. How much of an idiot would I have to be to let that happen? Sure, I'd love Jessica, but I never once thought about marrying her. I'm not stupid. If she had been willing to just relax and enjoy life with me, I would have happily bankrolled it. I was paying for peace and quiet. If all I got was constant drama, this was always going to end. I wasn't paying to adopt a nagging parent. I wandered through the mall until I heard her voice from a nearby storefront.
I'll spend my money on whoever I want. It is none of your business.
I didn't approach, just watch from a distance. Two figures were standing outside a boba tea shop. One was Jessica, obviously. The other was a younger woman in a cute, cartoonish outfit. She had Jessica's features but looked much younger and smaller, with a sweet, innocent face. When she spoke, her voice was soft and gentle.
Jess, is this fair to Ethan? He loves you so much, and you're buying clothes for another guy behind his back.
What do you know?
Jessica scoffed.
He is almost 30 and has accomplished nothing. No drive whatsoever. When you get to my age, you'll understand. Besides, I already told you I broke up with him.
Unbelievable. Trashing me while swiping my credit card. The girl next to her was her younger sister, Chloe. I met her a few times, last when she was a freshman in high school. She must be a freshman in college now. It had been over 2 years. She had really grown up. There was a vibrant energy about her, a spark in her eyes when she talked. She was stunning. I felt a little jolt in my chest. Was this what a crush felt like? Chloe had a completely different vibe from her sister. Maybe it was her youth, her face still untouched by cynicism. She was all fresh-faced innocence. She took a sip of her boba.
I don't know. Ethan seems great. He buys you anything you want, gives you all that money, and he has time to spend with you. What is not to like?
Jessica snorted.
What is to like? He lays around the house like a corpse. If you want him so bad, you can have him. He is nothing like Jake. Jake is so sweet and ambitious. He works 3 jobs. That is what a real man does.
Chloe just looked at her, exasperated.
Aren't you afraid Ethan will finally get fed up and dump you for real? You'll be sorry when he is gone.
Jessica waved a dismissive hand.
He'd never leave me every time I block him. He spends days frantically trying to find me. I'll just block him for a little longer this time. It'll give me a chance to hang out with Jake, and it'll teach Ethan a lesson.
I couldn't blame her for being so confident. In our 5 years together, I let her get away with everything. Even after the money, I catered to her every whim. She was my first love, after all. But you can get sick of even your favorite dish if you eat it every day, especially when you find out that dish has been cheating on you. I'd heard the name Jake before. He was her best friend's boyfriend. This plot wasn't just trashy. It was a goddamn dumpster fire. But it was about to get even crazier. My phone vibrated. A message from a contact with a bunny avatar. It was Chloe.
Ethan, my sister is a horrible person. You should just forget about her. Can I be your girlfriend instead?
I stared at the message, a slow smile spreading across my face. Then I typed back a single word. Okay. Hashtag, 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 hashtag. 3 the captions exploded.
Wait! That is not how it is supposed to go. After the sister tells him the rich guy is supposed to reject her and start chasing the main character again. Huh, he is probably just playing hard to get. Getting close to the sister to make the main character jealous. I guess he is not a total idiot. John Fart whatever! It is obvious. He is still obsessed with Jessica. This is boring. When do we get to the steamy scenes with the main couple? Suno, they're supposed to spend the weekend together.
Chloe, who had been slouching beside her sister, suddenly sat bolt upright. A sly, blushing smile touched her lips. Jessica noticed.
Is that Ethan?
She asked, glancing at Chloe's phone as my contact icon popped up. Chloe quickly locked her screen like a kid caught cheating on a test. But Jessica didn't seem to care.
I blocked all his numbers, so I figured he'd be smart enough to go through you.
She said smugly.
Is he freaking out, begging for me to unblock him? Just tell him you don't know where I am. Let him sweat for a while. It'll do him good.
Chloe nodded, then unlocked her phone to see my reply. I'm right behind you! Her eyes darted around until she spotted me sitting at a nearby table. A small smile played on her lips. She subtly shifted in her seat, adjusting her skirt just enough to reveal a sliver of pale thigh and the blue and white striped fabric underneath. I was looking right at them. My blood pressure spiked. I hadn't expected the sweet, innocent-looking Chloe to have this side to her. She sent me a shushing emoji followed by a laughing one. Jessica was oblivious.
Did you tell him? Don't you dare tell him you saw me. I have to go. I'm meeting Jake.
Hashtag for later. Through a series of texts with Chloe, I learned that Jessica and Jake had been hooking up for 6 months. She'd bought him plenty of things. She even fronted him the money to start his little Etsy business. So, she was using my money to fund her boy toy. Fantastic. That night at dinner, I frowned at the spread on the table and called Maria over. Why is it all seafood? I thought I told you I wanted steak tonight! Maria stood there, unfazed.
This is what Miss Jessica likes. She told me to make more of it lately. What is the problem? Food is food, right?
She kept rambling, completely missing the fact that my expression had turned to ice. I guess I'd been too easygoing lately. People were starting to forget who signed their paychecks. I called over my driver and head of security, Marcus. I tossed him the keys to the Range Rover I let Jessica use. Go get my car back. Marcus looked surprised.
Mr. Hayes, isn't that Miss Jessica's car? If I bring it back, what should I tell her if she asks?
Jessica had been around for 5 years. The staff all treated her like the lady of the house. They were always careful not to upset her. But she broke up with me. We were done. Taking my car back was perfectly reasonable. My voice was cold. Who is your employer? Me or the Miss Jessica you keep talking about? Seeing my expression, Marcus quickly corrected himself.
You are, sir.
Exactly. So let me make this clear. I employ you, which means you do what I say. I don't care what Miss Jessica or any other Miss anyone has to say. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
He left immediately. Maria finally realized something was off. I turned to her. Did you get that? If not, you can pack your things and leave right now.
Yes, sir.
She stammered.
About the steak.
Forget it. I've lost my appetite. The captions were in an uproar.
Wow, what a petty little man. No wonder she doesn't want him. Seriously, acting like a big shot, complaining about the food. So gross. But Jessica was supposed to use that car this weekend. How am I supposed to read the steamy car scenes now? This guy is the worst. He is probably ugly, too.
I ignored them and the food. I had my staff start gathering all the things Jessica had accumulated here. Since we were broken up, her stuff had no place in my house. 90 items from Louis Vuitton, 16 Gucci bags, 14 Chanel bags, 15 Cartier bracelets, 4 Rolex watches. Honestly, I'd feel gross even trying to sell this stuff secondhand. The captions that had been cursing me out suddenly went quiet.
That has to be a lot of money. Okay, I take it back. He is probably super handsome. Mommy, I don't care about the steamy scenes anymore. I just want someone to give me money.
A few minutes later, Marcus called. The car's GPS had located it at the Ritz-Carlton. He was on his way back with it. She certainly knew how to live it up. When I traveled, I stayed in hotels that cost maybe $100 a night. She was casually staying at the Ritz. That reminded me. I called the bank and had her supplementary credit card canceled. My phone buzzed again. It was a photo from Chloe. She was posing in different outfits, each one more revealing than the last.
Like what you see, I have more.
I clear my throat. Was she testing my integrity? Did she think I was that kind of guy? I silently saved all the photos. Then, without a hint of shame, I texted back. Show me your legs. Jessica was on cloud nine. She'd always thought her best friend was dating way out of her league. Jake was handsome, smart, and, well, he was handsome. For Jessica, who didn't have to worry about money, looks were everything. She'd spent plenty of time and money on online streamers, but none of them could compare to the thrill of being with her best friend's boyfriend. With Jake, she felt needed. It was a feeling she never got from Ethan. She had it all planned out. She was going to be a powerful, independent woman, and every power woman needed a hot guy on her arm. Hand in hand, she and Jake walked into the hotel lobby, the tension between them electric after their drive over. The night was young.
This place must be expensive,
Jake said hesitantly. He knew from her spending habits that she was rich. Jessica shrugged.
It is fine. $1,200 a night. There are better suites, but this is good enough.
$1,200. Jake froze. He'd have to work his Etsy shop for months to afford one night here. Seeing his expression, Jessica felt a thrill of satisfaction.
Don't worry, it is on me. Tomorrow you can wear the clothes I bought you, and we'll go on a little trip.
A trip. A grin spread across Jake's face. The farthest he'd ever been was downtown. He envied all those people on Instagram living their best lives, traveling the world. He just never had the money.
Forget traveling. You don't even have a car anymore, and your clothes are in it. This rich dude is such a buzzkill. To be fair, Jessica's not exactly in the right here either. We cares. Men are just accessories. A powerful woman deserves a stable of handsome guys. Huh.
Jessica pulled out the credit card I'd given her and handed it to the front desk clerk. After a moment, the clerk slid it back apologetically.
I'm sorry, ma'am. This card has been declined. Do you have another form of payment?
I was in the middle of some intense back-and-forth texting with Chloe about her legs when my phone rang.
Ethan, are you insane? Why did you freeze my card?
The money ran out, and suddenly I'm unblocked. Fancy that. And what did she mean, her card? Who is this? I asked. My phone didn't recognize the number. I'd already deleted her contact. There was a stunned silence on the other end. Finally, she bit out each word, seething.
Jessica!
I feigned realization. Oh, Jessica, what is up? Another long pause. She repeated her original question, her voice tight with anger. I chuckled. Didn't we break up? I don't see why I should keep paying for you if we're not together. She was the one who initiated the breakup. Was she really going to admit it was all a joke now? Her pride would never allow it. But there was no way she was paying $1,200 for a hotel room.
Ethan!
She said, her voice shaking with rage.
I was going to give you a chance to win me back, but this is just pathetic and childish. I'm telling you now, even if you come begging me to take you back, I will never ever look at you again.
Then she hung up.
Yes, Queen. Make him suffer. Once he truly loses her, he'll go crazy trying to get her back. You go ahead and torture her now. Just wait for the groveling part of the story. It is coming!
I stared at the captions, completely baffled. A bunch of question marks fill my vision. When did I torture her? And why would I chase after her? Is my new gaming setup not good enough for me? Answer me. Look into my eyes. This was all so ridiculous. I picked Chloe up from her campus. In the passenger seat, she was much shyer than she was over text. Online, she was a flirtatious whirlwind. In person, she was quiet.
So, what are we doing tonight?
She asked softly. You, I replied. Her face turned crimson all the way down her neck. She looked absolutely delicious.
That is not what I meant.
What did you mean? Are you expecting me to just drop you back at your dorm after this? I smirked, watching her squirm. I pulled the car over to the side of the road. If you're planning on going home after dinner, you can get out now.
I'm not.
She whispered, leaning closer. Her eyes were soft as she whispered in my ear.
Tonight, you get to take off my little teddy bear panties yourself.
Her warm breath sent a shiver down my spine. This damn contrast between her two personalities was going to be the death of me. I fought down the urge right then and there. Dinner. First, I said, my voice a little rough. Then I'll devour you.
Holding up a sign. I am here for the steamy content. Is that all you think about? What happened to Jessica? Where did she go after she couldn't get the hotel room?
A $1,200 hotel room was obviously out of the question for Jessica. She had some savings, but she'd burned through most of it funding Jake's little side hustle. All they could do was leave the Ritz with their tails between their legs.
You know, I think that place was way too overpriced anyway.
She said, trying to save face.
Let's go back to my place first. I need to grab a few things.
Even though her card was declined, Jessica wasn't panicking. She'd just sell off some of her luxury goods. But when they got outside, she realized the car was gone. She called me while I was at a hotel with Chloe.
Ethan, what is this? Why did you take the car?
I, took my own car back. Is there, a problem with that?
But how am I supposed to get around?
Not my problem. I didn't feel like talking to her. When I stayed silent, she asked,
Ethan, what are you doing?
Working out. I grunted. If there is nothing else, I'm gonna go. I could have just ignored her call, but I couldn't resist teasing Chloe a little, spicing things up. It worked. Chloe was burying her face in a pillow, completely mortified. Back on the street, Jessica stared at her phone after I hung up. Why would he hang up on her? He never did that, but he did sound out of breath. He was probably working out, just like he said. So, a workout was more important than her. A wave of indignation washed over her. But seeing Jake standing beside her, she quickly composed herself.
A friend of mine just took my car. I swear, I'm too nice to people. They don't even bother asking anymore.
She had to come up with some excuse. Jake was suspicious, but he didn't say anything. Jessica had spent a lot of money on him over the past few months. They caught an Uber back to my place.
You live all the way out in the Palisades,
the driver asked, making small talk. Jake had no idea where they were going and just looked at Jessica. She was preoccupied and just mumbled a response.
Must be nice.
The driver continued, unfazed.
That is all mansions out there. Only rich folks live in the Palisades.
Hearing that, Jake's mood lifted. The earlier embarrassment faded away. I'm such an idiot, he thought. How could I have doubted her? I'm the worst. When they arrived, he saw it was indeed a luxury gated community. He pulled out his phone to take a picture, but a security guard immediately approached.
Excuse me, sir. This is a private community. No photography is allowed.
Jake bristled.
One of your residents is standing right here. As her guest, I can't even take a picture. What kind of stupid rule is that? I'll have you reported.
Jessica looked even more uncomfortable. She had just tried her key card at the gate. It didn't work. The guard remained professional.
Of course, sir. If the resident would please scan their card, you're welcome to enter.
Jake gestured for Jessica to go ahead, but she didn't move. Jessica called me again. Honestly, it was killing the mood. I blocked her number. A moment later, Chloe's phone rang. I saw Jessica's name on the screen. Chloe was about to decline it, but my twisted sense of humor took over. I snatched the phone and answered.
Chloe, has Ethan been in touch with you?
Jessica asked. Chloe's voice was breathy, almost a moan.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I knew it. He is just playing hard to get, pretending he doesn't care about me but secretly asking you for updates, right?
Chloe's responses were still fragmented.
Chloe, what are you doing? Why are you so out of breath?
I'm on the treadmill.
Jessica didn't seem to notice anything was wrong. She just kept ranting.
Tell Ethan I'll be at the Century City Mall tomorrow, or better yet, you bring him there. I'll bring Jake too. That should light a fire under him. He has gone too far this time, not even answering my calls.
She went on, venting all her frustrations. Finally, when she got no response, she paused. The line went silent. I had stopped moving. Chloe panicked.
Jessica, you have to keep talking. He stopped moving.
What stopped moving?
Realizing her mistake, Chloe scrambled to explain.
The treadmill stopped working.
Just remember what I told you,
Jessica said, sounding annoyed.
Make sure you bring Ethan tomorrow.
Then she hung up, a nagging feeling that something wasn't quite right, though she couldn't put her finger on it. After our workout, Chloe was curled up against me like a koala, her head buried in my chest.
You're so bad.
She whispered.
But I love it.
The next day at the Century City Mall, Chloe was holding my hand as we window shopped. We ran right into Jessica and Jake. They were stuck together like glue. When Jessica saw me, a look of relief washed over her face. She gave Chloe a subtle nod, probably assuming her sister had successfully dragged me here. She didn't seem to notice anything odd about Chloe's hand in mine. She stepped in front of me, her chin held high.
So you wouldn't even answer my calls, huh? But the second you hear, I'm here with someone else, you come running. Well, I'm telling you, it is too late. Don't think I'm going to forgive you just because you showed up.
She was so ridiculously theatrical, it was almost funny. I didn't even feel like responding.
What, nothing to say? Did I hit a nerve, puncture that pathetic ego of yours?
I ignored her and turned toward the Coach store to buy Chloe a few bags. She blocked my path again.
What? You think you can win me back with a handbag and Coach? You know I hate Coach. Have you ever seen me carry one? Ethan, I am so disappointed in you. After 5 years, you still don't know the first thing about me.
Jake stood off to the side, completely lost. 1 minute, Jessica was all over him, and the next, she was in a heated argument with another guy. Ethan, he remembered her mentioning the name. Her boyfriend. A knot of anxiety formed in his stomach. Was he just a pawn in their weird relationship games? Jessica glanced back at Jake, noticed his unease, and quickly tried to smooth things over.
I'm here with Jake today, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't bother us.
She announced loudly.
And by the way, Jake needs some new clothes. Why don't you go buy him a few outfits? If you do, I might consider forgiving you for ignoring my calls.
Hearing that she wanted me to buy him things, Jake's spirits lifted. The dark clouds of doubt vanished. I'm such an idiot, he thought. How could I have doubted her feelings for me? I'm the worst. I felt like Jessica was a piece of gum stuck to my shoe that I just couldn't scrape off.
Jessica, we broke up, remember? What on earth makes you think I'm here for you? What do you possibly have to offer?
I asked her.
How has my life gotten worse without you in it?
She was speechless for a moment. Then a look of understanding dawned on her face.
You're just trying to make me mad, aren't you? Well, it is not working. I'm not even a little bit angry. You can play your little hard-to-get games all you want. I won't fall for it. Just don't come crying to me when you're the one who ends up hurt.
The captions were now just a stream of ellipses.
Okay, why do I suddenly feel like the main character is kind of delusional and pathetic? Yeah, her inner monologue is. A lot. I don't know. The rich dude seems pretty happy without her.
Before we left, Jessica pulled Chloe aside.
Ethan's just too proud to admit. He is wrong.
She whispered.
He can't lose face in front of me. I can't push him too hard. So you keep an eye on him for me.
Chloe just stared at her, a strange expression on her face. She never realized just how bizarre her sister was.
How have you been lately?
Jessica asked, a rare moment of concern. Chloe rolled her eyes.
Life's been hard.
She said flatly, then turned and walked away to join me. She acts annoyed, but she still listens to me, Jessica thought to herself. It's good to have someone keeping an eye on Ethan. I booked 2 tickets for a 15-day cruise to Japan and back. It was time for a honeymoon with Chloe. While we were enjoying our trip, things for Jessica had hit rock bottom. Her money was gone. Before, she could at least afford to eat at decent restaurants. Now, she was eating ramen cups. Staring at her instant noodles, Jake was having second thoughts. The only reason he'd cheated on his girlfriend with her best friend was for the money. The fancy car, the cash to start his business. It all made him think he'd hit the jackpot with a rich girl. But the last few days had opened his eyes. All of that stuff wasn't hers. It belonged to her ex-boyfriend, Ethan. With him, she was a benefactor. Without him, she was just baggage. He decided it was time to cut his losses.
Jessica, I'm sorry.
He said, his voice full of fake emotion.
I just can't get over the guilt. I can't do this to Wendy.
Wendy was, of course, her best friend. He even managed to squeeze out a few tears.
This one's on me. Let's just call it a goodbye dinner. Eat up. Waiter, check please.
He called out, his voice booming as if he were paying for the whole restaurant. The waiter glanced at their 2 empty ramen cups. Total was $15. Jake slapped 2 20s on the table.
Add a couple of soft-boiled eggs to that, and keep the change.
The captions were having a field day.
You'd think he was paying for a 5-star meal. The total is $15. Wait, this isn't how the plot is supposed to go. They're supposed to build an empire together. What do you expect from a guy who cheats on his girlfriend? He was only in it for the money. Now that it is gone, so is he. TSK, TSK. This is lame. I'm out.
Jessica was filled with regret. Her bank account was empty, and her credit cards were maxed out. The payment due dates were looming. She'd sent out hundreds of resumes with no replies. Desperate, she worked a day labor gig for cash and woke up the next morning so sore she could barely move. She never went back. She tried making sandwiches to sell on the street, but she only sold 2 all morning. She was finally realizing just how hard it was to make money. She wanted to find Jake, but he wouldn't even talk to her. Furious, she confronted him in front of her best friend, Wendy, screaming about how he'd used her and thrown her away, revealing their entire affair. The result was several hard slaps across the face from Wendy. Lying on the pavement, Jessica truly regretted everything. She never should have broken up with Ethan. Thinking of him gave her a renewed sense of purpose. He definitely still loves me, she thought. If I just apologize, he'll be so moved. I can graciously accept him back. Jessica spent over a week camped out near the entrance to my gated community, but she never saw me. I was, after all, on a cruise. Finally, she spotted my car pulling up to the gate. She ran out and blocked the car, pounding on the window. I had no choice but to roll it down.
Ethan, let's get back together.
She pleaded.
I only said those things because I care about you so much. It was just a stupid fight. I never really wanted to break up. I don't even care if you start a business anymore. We can just be happy together.
I let out a cold laugh.
Is there anything else? If not, please, move so I can go home, Jessica. We're done. Don't come looking for me again.
She stared at me in disbelief.
No, you're lying.
What gives you the insane idea that I would ever want to get back together with you?
If you don't like me, then why is my sister always with you? You're just using her to get information about me, aren't you?
She'd finally noticed Chloe in the passenger seat. Chloe looked completely exasperated. She leaned over and planted a firm kiss on my lips.
Ethan, honey, let's go. Don't waste your time with this crazy woman.
Jessica's eyes went wide. The realization finally hit her.
You too. You're...
The look on her face was a masterpiece of shock and horror. She stumbled backward and fell to the ground.
Why? How could this happen?
She whispered. Then, her face twisted in rage, and she scrambled back up, banging on the window again.
You're disgusting. Both of you. This is cheating, betrayal. I hope you both rot in hell.
Chloe scoffed.
You're the one who broke up with Ethan. I'm not a homewrecker. You, on the other hand. Besides, Jake, what about all those streamers you were funding? Don't think Ethan doesn't know. I told him everything when we were in bed together.
The color drained from Jessica's face. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. All she could do was repeat the same words over and over.
Ethan, I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry. Please. Forgive me.
I didn't even bother to look at her again. She came back a few more times, but I never saw her. A few weeks later, Chloe, straddling my lap, showed me a post on her phone. It was from Jessica, a picture of an acceptance letter for some webcam streamer boot camp next to a one-way ticket to Cambodia. The caption read,
You might ignore me now, but one day you won't even be able to afford me.
I laughed. Good luck with that.